Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. This video is gonna kind of be like two videos in one. Number one, it's going to be talking about the issue with the Coliseum podium upgrade tokens and the fact that people who purchased the $50 offer in game received like 300k of them. And number two, also kind of my initial thoughts about Coliseum in general. Because I genuinely like the game mode. I do think there is a lot of good in it, and the idea of it is better than the execution, and unfortunately I do think they kabammed it up to an unhealthy degree. But first things first, so as I already kind of mentioned, people who bought the Coliseum offer for the podium upgrade tokens received like 300k of them. That's significantly more than it's meant to be. So due to this, all Coliseum podium upgrade tokens will be temporarily disabled both in-game and on the web store. Each player who purchased podium upgrade tokens during this event will automatically receive the proper number of tokens once the current Coliseum event ends. This way your purchased tokens can be used in the next Coliseum event without any loss. Additionally, because this issue created an unintended imbalance in podium progression, we're taking extra steps to fix this disparity. Each player will receive enough resources to fully upgrade all 5 podiums to maximum level, and with this, the XP requirements for the inaugural Coliseum event will be significantly reduced, so everyone can enjoy the new game mode with less grind than normal. So first things first, this is kind of annoying, at least to me, because I spent quite a lot of time grinding my podiums up to like level 3 and level 4, and that work effectively now has been kind of rendered meaningless. I might as well barely played yesterday and just, waited for this to happen and then quickly upgraded my podiums. So it is annoying, but it's Kabam, it's a new game mode. We kind of all expected there to be issues, bugs, and problems, and that's what we got. So we're all gonna get the peak milestones, max peak milestones because of this though. So this is gonna be much better for people who didn't quite play much Coliseum so far. Next though, we have to talk about the entire event. The idea of like doing infinite amount of fights up until you die against like different bosses every month, I like it. I think it's good. I don't like what Kabam did it mainly in one aspect, and that's the levels of grind that you have to go through. You see, because this is a type of game mode that by its design philosophy feels as if you should be trying to get the best fight in and be rewarded for fighting well. The reality of it right now is that none of your initial fights matter up until the time you have kind of grinded out the podium level high enough, and that kind of like makes it kind of more arena express hard mode. I don't know. There are several things where Kabam kind of went wrong with that, in my opinion. Number one, capping the XP that you can earn by entering in a single fight, because at the hardest difficulty, max you can earn is like 80 XP. In order to upgrade my podium, I need like 700 something here to level 4. That means I effectively need to do like 9 fights. 9 fights who will not matter, or basically not matter, until I do my 10th, and I have the bigger multiplier and can get more points there. It doesn't feel right. It really doesn't. It feels like it's demeaning the game mode, where you just requested to grind. And in that aspect, taking the rewards out of the consideration here, I much prefer AQ. I really do. Because this is doing the one and the same fight over and over and over and over and over again. Which it shouldn't be like that. If you wouldn't have to worry about grinding podium levels, you'd be much more inclined to test out many different champions, and you'd be much more inclined to kind of like just push the best score you can and then be content with leaving it. But now, even if you have like an amazing fight, you'd be like, probably need to upgrade my podium to get more points on that fight. And that I do not like. Nor I like the fact that you can just completely skip it by buying the tokens. The tokens, again, similarly with Battlegrounds, initially with Elder's Marks and then the solo grindy events of it, is kind of like, it's an unnecessary addition. The whole podium level thing, to me, is just making the game mode worse, not better. And it is quite clear that it exists only to kind of monetize the game out. It exists only to, encourage enough people to buy those tokens not to have to grind. So that is the big thing. The next thing is the fact that this event ends only in 3 days, and that's it. I don't see any good reason why this shouldn't be open for the 7 days, for instance. Day 1, you get your initial 3 podiums. Day 2, that. Day 3, that. And then let the people grind if they have time. Because anybody can easily have 2 to 3 day period where you just can't spend that much time playing the game. Where you can't spend hours grinding this. And this is, again, mainly an issue because Kabam made it grindy. But even with it being less of a grind, it would still be a problem that you have to play, quite large amount in those 3 specific days. There's no leeway, there's nothing or within that 3 day period. So I think I don't see a reason why Kabam can't open it, keep it open for an entire week, for instance, rather than just the 3 days. So that is kind of like the second point of issue, I would say. With the tags, I don't love them, but fine, fair enough. That's, Kabam's recent model of trying to force in more, roster depth and roster depth mattering more. Fine, I kind of get it. I'm not in love with it. Don't have a major issue with it. Overall, again, I think the idea is great with it. I think just Kabam is actively kind of making it worse with the podium levels. Like, if I was to design this event, I would just remove the podium levels entirely. That's it. Just do the best fight you can to your best ability, and it doesn't matter whether you entered and did 1 fight or whether you, fight 100 times. So that's the bigger point of issue, I suppose. Other than that, I think the game mode can be awesome, but I do think Kabam needs to make adjustments. I truly do. And I want the game mode to be awesome, because again, I want the game to be the best it can be, but it doesn't feel that great. I had fun with it for like the first hour, and then I realized how grindy it is, and then I kept grinding it, and I was definitely not having fun then. And, there's still more grinding to do when podiums 4 and 5 unlock. But here we are. Let me know what you think about Coliseum thus far. The rewards are good. I'll say that much. Oh, another thing that I did forget to talk. The only thing that's making the monetization aspect of this kind of more bearable, I think, and not as villainous or malicious as it could be, is the fact that the rewards are largely in the peak milestones. Because Alliance rewards, the peak, rewards, this is your ranking, basically. This is the main reason like why you would be pushing absurdly high scores. And it's a regular AQ radiance, right? There is, not arguably, there's definitely more value in the peak milestones, and there's more value in the solo rewards, where there's also peak milestones and no rank rewards. So that, at the very least, makes it not feel as forced. Because realistically, it's 1 week of AQ worth of radiance, and obviously it's not nothing. It matters that, the first place reward or top 10 rewards is basically kind of like half a tier 7 basic. So it is still meaningful, but majority of the rewards being in the peak milestones, at the very least, surprisingly doesn't make it feel like completely predatory. And once you realize that, again, majority of the Alliance rewards even are in the peak milestones, and the rank rewards are just the regular AQ radiance, you don't feel as compelled to post like a massive score. However, I do think there's going to be plenty of alliances who will still put on minimums, as like you need to get to like 7 million points or 8 million points. Because we all know how alliances are. We all know how these things happen and how like ultra competitive the MCOC players are. But yes, at the very least, if your alliance is normally, let's say, top 20 in AQ, and this time around you end up being like top 90 instead of top 20, yeah, you're gonna lose some radiance, but you get more value from the peak milestone rewards, so it doesn't feel as bad. Still though, it doesn't feel quite right either. Let me know what you guys think, and I'm gonna catch you guys soon. Bye bye. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the next one. Hello there guys, and welcome.